everybody, welcome back to the channel. More Blood and Plunder here as we keep working our way through the upgrade characters, specifically the fighting men first. Today we have another interesting one as a truly nice upgrade and more combat oriented with a lot of utility versatility, and that is the Reformado. So the description we get here: these out-of-work military officers offer their professional leadership skills for a price, in this case 3 points. They are often employed to lead boarding actions aboard a ship or assaults ashore, where they do add some nice abilities here for those 3 points. So it is restricted to everybody but Native Americans, and whereas it also has some unit restrictions here, and it only says, only units with the expertly drilled sailors or expert sailor special rules, which makes it seem like a serious, downside, like only units with those special rules. But there's a lot of units that have those rules, so he's going to fit in quite nicely in a lot of places. So it almost sounds a little bit here like he's not really going to have too many choices on where he lands, but no, really, many of the forces have units with this. The other neat thing, especially with Blood and Plunder too, is depending on the character we pick, sometimes the faction itself, or even some of the special characters have ways of slotting in certain abilities or swapping them out for different things. So nonetheless, there are a lot of units with those abilities out there, and really probably a spot where we'd want to land him anyway, given his combat orientation here. So drilled is always nice, but also the sailors tend to be pretty good for close combat. So, again, that's kind of his home. Now, he has a command range, which means he's got command points here, and he comes with 1 with a very specific use. No other special abilities or special rules or extra abilities, and that's fine. That 1 command point typically will be for his own unit, right? Or in, a certain situation or two, if there's another unit close by, we might even give it to them. But we may use that 1 command point only to give a charge, grapple, or fight as an extra action. And that's nice too, because we can then spend our regular actions doing things, like maybe we need to shoot in first to the unit that we want to eventually charge. Maybe we got like some pistols that we just want to unload, and having this free action essentially via the command point is a nice way to get that. But also just, can be used for the actions that we have can be used for other things, like maybe like focusing on movement to get to where we need to go to charge or fight or whatever it might be, or grapple in the case of us getting onto a ship. So all in all, some limited usage in him, right? He's very specific for like those 3 actions is where he's going to do best at. But again, enhancing that, adding another free command point to take some load off the overall commander for the force, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And that's kind of what a lot of these characters will do. So when we have the ability, and depending on the list we're playing, right, and we want to really sort of just buff up 1 unit with the measly cost of 3 points, well worth considering adding the Reformado. Again, everybody but Native Americans, which is a huge chunk of the factions in the game. And then we do have some unit restrictions, but again, there's so many units out there with drilled, expert drilled sailors or expert sailors, or sometimes, again, the faction rules provide that, or characters or other just abilities where we can swap into that. So not really that limited. So all in all, a pretty solid choice for some upgrades, enhancing our ability to charge, grapple, or fight, right, with that extra command point. That being said, guys, where have you found the Reformado to be the most useful? What faction have you tended to have put him in the most, and where has that paid off for you the most? Let us know any memorable moments you've had from your games where the Reformado and his ability to buff, or not buff, but we should say just add that extra ability here with the command point, right? So when we get the charge, the grapple, or the fight, like when has that made the difference in your games, if at all? Hit us up in the comments on that, like and subscribe, and we'll have more for you soon as we keep working our way through the series.